In this video, I'm going to be looking at the top 10 greatest victories of Ash Ketchum Kanto. Yeah, this is going to be a full series, baby. The rules are, I'm going to measure what type of battles were good based on the entertainment value, meaning were they using powerful Pokemon, how creative was the battle, and was there enough action for it to be a fun match. With that out of the way, let's begin.
Wait, don't start without me.
Oh, sorry, I forgot we have a lead trainer Mark here too. Go on and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, it's Mark.
Great introduction. Now do number 10.
Don't tell me what to do, Gooey. Alright, anyways, let's get started. Number 10, Ash vs. Koga. None of Ash's Kanto gym battles really live up to the standards of today's battles, but relatively speaking, Ash's gym battle against Koga was pretty good. On paper, this 2v2 matchup could have been something special, but as per usual in the original series, Team Rocket just had to butt their heads and do everything, and this match was no exception. After those clowns were dealt with, Ash and Koga resumed their battle with a showdown between Charmander and Golbat. You won't be surprised to hear that Ash's Charizard shows up a lot on this list, but before it had ever evolved, this may have been Charmander's best battle, being able to counter Koga's tricky attacks and land the finishing blow with Fire Spin. While this battle probably should have been a lot better, all things considered, it was still pretty decent, and that's why it made our list.
Number 9, Ash vs. Richie. You know how Mark was just talking about Charizard showing up a lot on this list? Well, this is one of those battles where Charizard showing up on this list was bad. But let's rewind it to the start, cause there's a lot wrong with how this battle presented itself. First, Team Rocket has to jump in on this episode when Ash has a huge fight against Richie, his main rival, second to Gary of course. Yet it's like, well, great. Ash has to deal with those guys, tiring out his Pidgeotto where it's now unable to battle and making Pikachu look like a sweaty hot dog. The start of the battle wasn't all that bad. Squirtle did a good job of beating up Butterfree until the second no-no of this battle happened when Butterfree used Sleep Powder and somehow Squirtle gets knocked out from that. Like, huh? Or the ref thinks if a Pokemon closes its eyes, then it can't battle. This match is so rigged. After we were reminded of how the old anime logic worked, Ash brought in Pikachu to take out Butterfree, which it did, but Pikachu is so tired from doing whatever that is, he has like no energy left to fight. Richie sends in Charmander and Pikachu doesn't even stand a chance. Ash now can't use Pidgeotto cause he's literally dead. He doesn't send out Bulbasaur since it's a grass type even though it's the anime and nobody cares, but he still doesn't use Bulbasaur, so he sends out his disobedient Charizard. We all know what happens next. Charmander stands no chance, Richie switches back, sends in Pikachu, Charizard doesn't want to fight a weakling Pikachu, so he doesn't battle, and Richie wins the match. You know what? If you take away the bad in this episode, the battles weren't all that bad. But if it was a full 3-on-3 battle, I think it would have been close to one of the best battles in Kanto. Mark, take it from here.
Number 8, Ash vs. Tad. One of the most iconic episodes of the original series was Charizard Chills, and everyone remembers this as the episode where Ash gained Charizard's trust after it being disobedient for so long. However, not a lot of people remember Tad, the character of the day from this episode, but he played a key role in all of this. After challenging Ash to a battle, Tad's Poliwrath embarrassed Pikachu pretty quickly, and then took down Ash's Charizard, who wasn't listening to a thing Ash was saying to it. Poliwrath's attacks were so strong that they almost caused Charizard's flame to go out, and this set up the emotional scene where Ash finally won Charizard over. Once those two were on the same page, they wasted no time having a rematch with Tad, and it was a flawless victory for Ash and Charizard, capped off with a seismic toss. And now, I'm just left wondering why Tad's Poliwrath is like 2 feet tall and wears that belt all of the time.
Number 7, Ash vs. Rudy. All the previous battles on this list had their ups and downs. This was actually the first decent battle in Kanto. Even though the battle was pretty standard in Pokemon terms, we did get a little something more. I'm talking about the dancer guy trying to impress Misty by defeating Ash. I thought that was an interesting approach. Rudy's Pokemon also had some good battling techniques because of all that dancing. We even saw Ash being Ash and catching Exeggutor as it was falling off a cliff. He could have just let that thing die, which honestly, he probably should have. I guess if there was one bad thing I'd point out in this battle is that it kept on getting interrupted by Rudy, Misty, and that hideously annoying kid that was there. Oh my god, that voice just makes me wanna
Number 6, Ash vs. Luana. I always love seeing double battles in the anime because of the different dynamics that come with multiple Pokemon battling at the same time. Even though double battles didn't really exist until Generation 3 in the games, Ash had his first official double battle way back in the Orange Islands against Luana, one of the Orange League gym leaders. This was only a few episodes after Charizard Chills, so even though Charizard was obeying Ash, at this point Charizard still wasn't exactly a team player. After trying to be the hero and win the match all by itself, Luana's use of teamwork let her Pokemon get a ton of hits in on Charizard, leaving Ash in a pretty bad spot. Once Pikachu and Charizard finally got on the same page though, this was an absolute steamroll, and I like the creative finish of Ash winning by letting Marowak's missed Bone Meringue come back and hit Alakazam while it was charging up a Hyper Beam attack. That was really well done, and an excellent way for Ash to win his final Orange League badge.
Number 5. Ash vs. Lieutenant Surge. I know what you're probably thinking. Ash's gym battles weren't that good. I mean, you're not wrong, but this is flippin' Baby Man guy we're talking about. I don't care that they used only one Pokemon. It was a cool battle. Let's not forget how he showed up too. He's just a dude sending Pokemon who got wrecked into the Pokemon Center left and right. Ash thinks he can beat him and gets melted by Raichu, and sure enough, he ends up in that same Pokemon Center with a wrecked Pokemon just like all the other wrecked Pokemon. Nurse Joy out of nowhere gives Ash a Thunderstone. That's convenient. So Ash is like, hey, look what I got. Pikachu's like, you know what? Maybe I will. Psych, you thought. And so yeah, Pikachu ends up not having any of the evolution stuff. And with the power of Brock's good thinking, we have a rematch. Since Surge's Raichu evolved way too fast from a Pikachu and never had any time to train its speed. And we know Pikachu's all about that speed. And with some strategy and a touch of luck, Pikachu manages to drain Raichu's electricity. I have no idea how that happened, but it did. Then Pikachu swept in and laid out Raichu. I think this was a very entertaining match, and a good plot. Of course, this type of episode where Pikachu almost evolves into Raichu was duplicated 1 million times in future episodes, but I still think this was a classic timeless battle. And I'd instead take an entertaining battle that's a one-on-one rather than a mediocre 3-on-3 in my opinion.
Number 4. Ash vs. Mandy. It goes without saying that the best battles are real nail-biters that come down to one final showdown between each trainer's last remaining Pokemon. With that said, I also love the occasional one-sided domination, and that's exactly what Ash's first ever Pokemon League battle was. Ash's unconventional strategy of recalling his Krabby, who he had never actually battled with before, seemed like a pretty stupid decision, especially since Mandy was made out to be this experienced trainer that was expected to win. But we all learned very quickly to never doubt Krabby, Kingler, since it evolved after defeating Mandy's first Pokemon. After 2 more victories, Ash's Kingler had just swept Mandy's team 3-0. 3-0. That's another Pokemon trainer who had also earned 8 gym badges, and Ash wiped the floor with them. This was such an awesome moment that I can't even blame Ash for his wild celebrations after the battle. He deserved it.
Number 3. Ash vs. Blaine. This battle was just fire. Get it? Cause Charizard and Magmar are fire types, and it's a fire type gym leader? No? Okay. I love this battle. This is hands down the best battle in Kanto and arguably the best one-on-one battle as well. I know some of you guys would disagree. Again, since Ash only used Charizard and the fight didn't last very long. But as I said about the Lieutenant Surge battle, I would much rather have an awesome one-on-one than a long, boring fight. The fight itself was spectacular, and I'm not even trying to say that sarcastically. I think this was an amazing Kanto battle, down to how Charizard could withstand the power of Magmar and survive literally getting thrown down into a lava pit. However, the most impressive part of this whole fight was how Magmar got pulled by Charizard into the sky from what looks like at least 1,000 feet above the ground, then got tossed out of the air all the way down and right back into the volcano, which at this point you gotta be like, well, surely he's dead. But nope, this man comes flying right back from the bottom of the volcano and onto the rocks like it's nothing. Huh? Anyway, it faded shortly afterward, but like, oh my god, that's gotta be the toughest Magmar on the planet. All in all, I can't think of a better Kanto fight. Oh wait, there's 2 more? Oh, okay.
Number 2, Ash vs. Jeanette. As you have seen in this list so far, Ash's original series adventure through Kanto did not have the greatest battles ever. The reason Ash vs. Jeanette stands out to me is because it actually has the basic tenets of a good battle in the anime, and I can't really say the same for any of the battles that came before it. This match was 3v3 and took up almost all of the episode that it was in. This wasn't just a quick series of KOs, this battle could actually tell a story and come with a few twists and turns along the way. Ash getting off to a good start, only for Jeanette's Bellsprout to shock the world and mount an epic comeback, this battle was super entertaining. The final showdown between Muck and Bellsprout is the epitome of the original series. Game logic was totally irrelevant as these two just slugged it out in a battle focused more on humor than anything else. And Muck coming out of nowhere to win the battle for Ash was a great surprise to cap off what was just a really solid battle overall. Only a truly great battle could make it higher up the list than this one though.
And Mark, you're correct. There is a battle that is even higher than that, which is number 1. Ash versus that one samurai kid. We all remember this battle. I mean, who can't? The thrill, suspense, love and hate, drama, trauma, and action was incredible. This battle starts with Ash's Metapod completely sweeping Samurai's pincer. Samurai knows this is gonna be a hard battle, so he sends out an even harder Pokemon. Samurai sends out Metapod. Ash orders his Metapod to light this kid up by using Harden, and Samurai orders his Metapod to use Harden back. These guys were battling on tight ropes the whole match, until the trainers could no longer battle and it ended up as a tie. This still remains one of the closest battles in all of the Pokemon history, and one of the most creative and unique fights we've seen to date. I really can't say anything bad about
Gooey,
this.
I think there's been a mistake.
Huh? There's what, Mark?
There's been a mistake
What do you mean there's been a mistake?
with the number 1 spot.
Wait, let me check. Oh, I see. Okay, so the Metapod versus Metapod fight was meant for the best battles of all time list. Okay, gotcha. Alright, thanks, Mark.
No problem. So anyways, the best battle in Kanto is...
Hey, I want to do the last battle.
But I thought we were going to switch off every other battle.
Well, my channel, my rules. So if you want to hear more of Elite Trainer Mark's beautiful voice, then you can go watch his videos on his channel, link in the description. Number 1, Ash versus Drake. Yeah, Drake, that guy. The man who has that stupidly very broken, overpowered Dragonite that I swear knows at least 8 moves. Let's be real here. Kanto is definitely not known for having great battles at all. Nonetheless, full 6-on-6 battles. So when Ash got to go against the best trainer in the Orange Islands with 6 Pokemon, you bet your ass off the fans were all going nuts. Cause this was revolutionary at the time. I mean, so much stuff happened in this battle, it was literally almost 2 episodes long. It starts off as a typical match would, this time with a Ditto who Ash has a bit of experience with. However, Ditto who may seem a bit trash actually overpowered Ash's Pikachu. That alone tells you that this Drake guy isn't going to be an easy match like most of the other Island Gym matches. I also love the use of switching stages like the Rock and Water battlefield to the Sandy battlefield. Pretty sure that was never done before up until this point, so another reason this battle was revolutionary. After Pikachu smacks Ditto, we get a cool fight between Onix and Squirtle. Squirtle ends up using his Hydro Pump to blast water in all directions, hitting Onix, and down that guy goes. I really like the Gengar fight. Ash was kind of slow for using Tauros, so he switches for Lapras, and that was a cool matchup. As that ended in a tie, we kinda got to see why Drake kept on getting defeated by Ash's Pokemon, and that's because really, his only strategy was to sweep Ash with his Dragonite. This was further proven when Tauros took down his Venusaur, leaving Drake with only 2 Pokemon left, while Ash was only down 1. Drake sends out Electabuzz to spark things up, while Ash yet again switches Tauros for Bulbasaur. This time, we witness a rare sighting of a Bulbasaur losing, and we all know that can't slide, so Ash has to murder this guy with Charizard, which is exactly what happens. Drake's fed up with losing all his Pokemon to this kid who somehow manages to bring a Tauros, a normal type, to fight Gengar, a ghost type. So out comes Drake's ace, Dragonite, the one who again, I swear has 8 moves, maybe more. We did get to see an amazing dragon versus dragon battle. Sadly, Charizard ends up losing, but he put up a good fight. Now all Ash has to do is land the finishing blow. You know what I said earlier about how Drake's only strategy this match was to use Dragonite to sweep Ash's team? Well, that's what ended up happening. Dragonite, using too many moves to count, took down the remainder of his Pokemon, besides Pikachu, the last Mon. I'd say, other than Team Rocket randomly disrupted the battle trying to capture Dragonite, the battle was nearly flawless, especially for a Kanto battle. And you know what else is flawless? Elite Mark Trainer. Go subscribe to his channel in the description, or you'll have bad bad shiny luck for at least 20 years. Also, while you're down there, you might as well join the world's greatest Goodra Discord server. It's pretty cool. Okay, bye.